The couple mistakes and landing him a 84.7 for his first run, but nothing that can't be shaped up for his second. As we have Victor Alves ready to go for his first run. Good job on the initiation, puts it nice and out there for the second outer zone, grabbing that inside clip as well. Listen to this car, we can just hear it racing through this course. Good on the first wall as he comes to make that transition to put it onto the second wall. Gets it nice and in there, tapping the wall right before the end, grabbing that inside clip and finishing out that first run of qualifying.
Giving the wall just a little tap, but look at there, a 90.3 flashing on the board. And
we wait for Victor Alves to get the solid lights, and there we go. Victor Alves off for his second run of qualifying, already sitting on a 90.3. Can he improve? Good initiation through outer zone 1. Beautiful through outer zone 2 as well. Victor's really showing off here as he puts it right on the edge of the dirt for clip 4, and now bringing it around the wall ride right to the edge of it as he transitions for the final wall ride. This has been a good run from Victor, really committed around this course as he finishes out his run.
And 88.7 on the board, so it does fall just.
Alexander Jägert in his S14, Victor Alves in the S15. The lights go solid and off we go. The final battle of the top 32 here, the Virtual Drift Championship, round 3 at Sturup Raceway. Initiating in is Alexander Jägert, but Victor Alves doing a good push here to keep that proximity up until clip 4, transitioning down to the wall ride of clip 5. A little bit of shallowing up from the chase position, but trying to keep that proximity as they transition once more into clip 6, the final wall ride. And now Victor really putting it on the door. Both drivers kind of cutting that inside clip as they cross that finish line.
What a good lead out front from Alexander.
Yeah, now we'll get to see who carries on to face KO Fonseca in the top 16. Will it be Victor Alves out front? Will it be Alexander Jägert giving chase? An initiation there from both drivers looking good. Victor Alves keeping it online, but Alexander Jägert really just keeping that proximity and matching that angle beautifully from Victor Alves. Victor Alves trying to do what he can out front here to put down that perfect lead line, but look at Alexander all over him to that finish line.
And we'll go to the judges one last time here in the top 32 before we move on into the top 16. And one more time between these two, our last and final battle here in the top 32.
So now we have them back at the front of the line. The lights are already going. Alexander Jägert in his S14 out front, giving chase is Victor Alves in his S15. Initiating in is Jägert, but right there with him is Victor Alves. Going too wide though is Jägert, but Victor Alves hanging in there and matching up his angle as they transition into outer zone 5, or into clip 5, this wall ride. And Alves doing a good job at just keeping that proximity, almost leaving no room for that transition. No more mistakes now, though, from Jägert out front, and making it so that they can finish door to door and wheel to wheel. And here we go with the second half of that battle. The lights have already ignited, and out they go. Victor Alves out front, Alexander Jägert giving chase as they come down that straightaway and initiate in. Looking good for Victor Alves, but right on him is Alexander Jägert. He knows those mistakes from his lead. He's going to have to do a good showing in the chase position. Victor Alves is doing a good lead line here, though, going into the wall just a little bit, but it doesn't upset him as they transition into this final wall, bouncing off it just a little bit and keeping it together. And Alexander Jägert and him again finish wheel to wheel.
Right for Victor Alves, who's going to get the win and be the last driver to move on into that top 16. And there it is. Victor Alves gets the win. He moves on, and he'll have to face KO Fonseca in that top 16.
Great that you stick around. Don't go anywhere, or else you'll miss it. As we have in the lead lane, KO Fonseca in that beautiful S15, and beside him, the S15 of Victor Alves. This is going to be a good battle between these two as they initiate in. Victor Alves already making that push into KO, pushing him around a little bit from that chase position, but it's not enough to upset KO as they transition into clip 5. Little bit of gap there as they come through clip 5, but now Victor's starting to put that pressure back on as they transition down into clip 6. Seems like Victor just can't get that door, but there it is, starting to get it now as they come through the inside clip, and he makes contact again with KO as they come through that finish line. Will it be Victor Alves? Will it be KO Fonseca moving on to go up against Alexander Sharuk in the grade 8? Victor Alves out front, KO giving chase as they initiate in, and good initiation from Victor Alves out front, but KO already starting to apply that pressure, maybe a little bit of a bumper tap there as they came through that inside clip, transitioning down into clip 5. Now that wonderful wall ride that we've been seeing all day, and we're good through it, but KO just not getting that close to him off of that wall ride as we see them come down into that final inside clip. KO trying to put it on the door to match the angle as they come across the line. Here and wait very patiently for these judges' decisions for this wonderful battle of Brazil.
Ed choosing Victor Alves. Still waiting on Chris and Matt. Who's going to get the win here and move on? One more time from Chris. And one more time for Matt, so they're going to line it back up, and we'll see these drivers face off once more here in the top 16.
The lights go solid, and this one more time battle is underway, and the last battle of the top 16 initiating in is KO Fonseca. A little bit behind is Victor Alves, but as they come through that second outer zone, the proximity is there from Alves as they come through clip 4, initiating or transitioning into clip 5 for that wall ride, hanging along that whole wall. Victor Alves putting on some pressure as they transition into clip 6, and now he should get on the door. He's on the wheel, he's on the door, he pushes KO a little bit off track as they cross the line.
And it looks like they're sending him a little bit too early there, and there they go.
Yeah, they sent them a little too quickly for you, but that's okay. Not much has happened. We just missed the first 3 clips, but that's okay because Victor Alves has just been out front with KO applying tons of pressure to Victor Alves. They transition into clip 5, and now KO's really trying to get on there. They were grazing the bumpers along the wall as they came across clip 5, now into 6. KO's going to put it right on the door of Victor Alves and hold it there the whole way through to the finish line.
Waiting on these judges here. And there they go. We're going to see them again. So Chris and Ed this time choose one more time. Matt chooses KO Fonseca.
For themselves. They're like, who's going to take it today? Who's going to be the better of the two? As we see KO Fonseca back out front. Victor Alves giving chase. KO Fonseca initiating in. Victor Alves right there with them as we see them come down into outer zone 2. The proximity is really good there from Victor, leaving just enough room here for this transition as they transition bumper into clip 5. This wonderful wall ride, putting it almost on the door after the wall ride as they come down into clip 6. Victor Alves really just doing what he has to do, putting the car in the right spots, and now getting up near the door right before the finish. Alrighty, and here they go for the second half of this battle. Initiating in is Victor Alves, kind of gapping KO off the start though. KO sleeping a little bit at the line as they come through that inside clip. KO's regained that proximity that he lost for the first 2 clipping points. Coming into clip 5 now, Victor is on the throttle and going fast, but right beside him is KO Fonseca, trying to keep that proximity, trying to keep it on the door, which he is, and almost pushing him through that finish line.
Left for KO Fonseca or right for Victor Alves? And there it is. Victor Alves this time gets the win unanimously and moves on to face Alexander Sharuk.
Getting into what becomes the latter half of this event as we see the lights go solid. Alexander Sharuk out front, Victor Alves giving chase. Down the straight they come and initiating in. Alexander Sharuk, good initiation, but Victor Alves trying to apply that pressure early. Victor Alves goes a little too wide though, has to make up for it as Alexander Sharuk just keeps the car where it needs to be as they come into clip 5 here now for that wall ride. Victor Alves made up for that mistake from the beginning as they come down into clip 6 and make their way to the final inside clip before pushing out to the finish line, and a good proximity to finish things out as we have Alexander Sharuk waiting for those lights to go solid, and Victor Alves gets a good start. Lighting up the tires though is Alexander Sharuk as Victor Alves initiates in, and Alexander trying to get it up on that door, pushing Victor Alves a little bit there into that inside clip, now leaving just enough room for the transition as they come into this first wall ride of clip 5. Good proximity there from Alexander Shavrook onto Victor Alves, but Victor Alves is doing a very good lead run here as they go door to door across that finish line.
Alexander on the left, Victor on the right. Close battle between these two.
Chat saying one more time between the two.
And there it is. We're going to get it one more time. The chat is going to get what they want.
In the S15, ready to duke it out one more time. The lights go solid, and this one more time battle gets underway. A good getaway from both drivers as they initiate in. Alexander Shavrook on a good line so far. Victor Alves trying to stick with him and put that proximity, but can't really get there through the first 4 clipping points as they transition into clip 5 for that wall ride. And now Victor has started to get that proximity back as they come through this final inside clip and push through to the finish.
Yeah, scrappy first half of this one more time as we go back to the replay with Alexander out front. Victor giving chase. Alexander, again, that kind of a slow start there. Victor struggling a bit in that chase position. You see Alexander does sacrifice quite a bit of angle out front in that first turn between clip 1 and 2. Victor reels him back in for outside zone 4. And yeah, maybe even a little bit of contact there in that transition into the last and final outside zone. Victor getting a little bit caught up there in that chase. And we'll go to the second half of their one more time battle.
They're already at the line and ready to go. The lights have ignited and solid they go. Victor Alves out front. Alexander Shavrook giving chase. Lighting up the tires on that Ferrari off the start line. Victor Alves initiates in, and Alexander tries to get as close in the proximity as he can. Just falling a little bit back though as they transition into clip 5. Clip 5 for the wall ride, and there's the aggression there from Alexander Shavrook, leaving enough room for this transition into clip 6. He's going to put it on the door now of Victor Alves, almost pushing him towards that finish line as they finish
in that
out
lead. And here we go with the judge's decision here. Alexander on the left for Victor on the right. And there it is. Unanimous decision. Alexander Shavrook does get the win and moves on into that final score.